Hello, welcome to Narrative Tales. In this channel, I will talk to guests about their life and experiences and see what we can take away from their narratives. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Hello, welcome to Narrative Tales. Today I'm talking to Himanshu and we will talk about his experiences. So, can you please share a short background, like where you were educated and what jobs you had and have right now?
So as you have said, my name is Himanshu, and I worked as a production engineer in Mahindra. I completed my bachelor's in automobile engineering, and I was in SRM Chennai for 3.5 years. Then I did my 4 months of internship in JCB, which is the one of the biggest company for the construction vehicle. And after that, I joined Mahindra for over an year. After that, I started working with my father for like 1.5 year, and then I decided to come to Australia. I did my master's in engineering management, and after that, I joined a local Australian company, which his name is Hill Austria, and I'm working as a production engineer again. So yes, right now I'm a site supervisor. Just got a new job like a last month. Yes, and yeah, I've been in Australia for more than 5 years now.
Sounds really exciting. So, yeah, so let's jump into the questions. So, first one, how did you find your career? How did you know that this is what you wanted to do?
As a career, to be very honest, it's bits and parts that I was very confused for the whole time because first I started with automobile engineering, then I started with engineering management. It's and I think so. It's been like in if you're in early 20s, it's fine for be to be confused. To be very honest, you're always being like, I want to be an engineer, and then you end up in banking sector or somewhere else. It happens with like millions of peoples.
Yeah, yeah.
So, it just take time to get adjust in one place, and after that you just find your own, that yeah, this is the place where I like, and you just grow in that environment and that sector, and that will be fine.
Yeah, yeah. So, how did you find jobs and what is your job experience like?
Oh, in back in India, it was a bit hard to get a job, so I got a job from some of the known people, and they were like, okay, we get you a job. In Australia, it was a bit hard. So I was applying like 10 to 15 jobs a day minimum. And sometimes I used like, 20, 25 jobs in a day when I was just started here. Like I was like just looking for a job. And for me, it was a bit hard because I was just a student here. On the top of the when I came in Australia, it was 2020 and COVID just started. At that time, it was a bit hard for everyone. So yeah, I applied on Seek, Indeed, everywhere. Like in Australia, I don't know what happened in US, but in India, you like in Australia, sorry, in Australia, you just print out your CVs and you can go door to door and just hand over the CVs to the restaurants mostly. So I started with that, but I got job from Seek and Indeed mostly.
So you talked about COVID. How did that affect you? Like what time? What were you doing in your life when COVID struck, and how did that change a lot for you?
Oh, it did change a lot for me. I was in Australia, I think so on 17th of February, and the Australia lockdown start on 17th or 18th of March. So as soon as I landed, I started looking for job, looking for house, and um, looking for college stuff. You have to buy some of the college things and all that. It took a lot of time. I got a job in an Indian restaurant, but after a week, I lost the job because the restaurant has to be closed because there wasn't any because COVID hit, and they couldn't support any of us.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I got 1 week pay, and after that, I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So then I started doing Uber, and then I bought a car, and then I started working as a support worker. And yeah, that's how like the COVID went really bad for everyone, not just for me. And at least I was lucky that I got a job. As an international student in Australia, everyone was asking me for job for me, and I was asking other people for job. It went like, job wise wasn't good at all. Even physically and mentally it wasn't, because usually people don't were not going out. Especially in Australia, you were not allowed to go more than 5 kilometers from your house. So you can't even go for like, beach or any other place. There wasn't any source of entertainment. You just sit at home and just Netflix or do anything else. But yeah, a bit hard. Mentally it was a bit challenging as well.
Yeah, that had to be hard to deal with.
Yeah, it was.
So my next question is, what was your experience transitioning from school to college to the workforce? What were some like major differences that you had to get used to?
Major difference is school is bit good, to be very honest. It's a fun place. You don't have to take stress about job. It's about like, just live your life. And after that, when the college comes, you, you just do the same thing when you're doing in the school. It's just more people. It just for me it was like more people from different states of India. Like I had some friends from overseas as well, but most of the friends they were from different states, and we got like a different culture. I was in SRM Chennai, I think so. Like, 70 or 60% of the people were from north, as the college is in north south of India. Sorry, but yeah, and after the college, it was a bit hard to get a job as an automobile engineer, and the industry is going down. It's not going down, but automobile engineers are not doing good. There are more electrical stuff coming out. There are more electronics, and all of the other departments are more important. Yes, then it was a big transaction. So yeah, finding a job, and after getting a job, it's a race. So you have to work, and you just have to like, keep your work, like you have to show your work, and that makes a lot of difference.
Oh yeah, yeah. So adding on to that, what advice would you give to someone who is transitioning between these three stages?
Mm. I think so. If you're a bit serious in your life and you're hardworking, so things are gonna be good. Like if you start from zero also, and you're a bit hardworking, and you just have to do it. Like you just have to work hard. You might have heard a lot of stories of billionaires or rich people that they start from literally zero and they went all the way to top. So I think so. It's all about hard work. Don't believe in luck a lot, but yeah, I believe in hard work. So it's more about hard work. If you keep looking for a job, I was the only person who got job during the COVID time. In the people I know around like 30, 40 people, and none of them got a job during the COVID time. But I
Yeah,
was taking care of myself. That's enough for me.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's more about hard work.
So, you moved to Australia to continue your education, right?
Yeah.
How did you manage your finances when you moved to Australia?
It was it got hard because of the COVID time, to be very honest. And yes, most of like sometime I got some money from parents. Then I stopped doing it, and then I started working. Then if you start working in Australia, like you don't need much. Like if you have like 20 hours a week, like a part-time job, you have enough, like not just enough, you got like good amount of money, uh, that you can live your life comfortably in Australia, because the minimum wage in Australia is pretty good. It's around $24 or $22. So if you're getting that kind of money, then yes, you will be fine with your rent and everything. Like you can't take care of your college fees or anything, your tuition fees, but yes, if you wanna just live with that money, yeah, that's enough.
Hmm.
That's more than
Nice.
enough.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. So, why did you go to Australia? A lot of kids might go to America or to other countries to continue their education. But why Australia?
Actually, I started with Europe. So um I started looking for colleges in Europe first, France, Italy, Spain, and Czech Republic, and one in Netherlands. So I applied in all of them, and I didn't get. I got only one, which is Netherlands Han University, and I was like, I don't want to go there.
Mm.
Then I applied for Australia, and I got, like, got admission in RMIT, which is one of the best university in world. So it's in top. I don't know what's the ranking right now, but it was under 250 universities in world, which is pretty good. And US was a bit expensive,
Oh
so
yeah.
that's the like, yeah, US was a bit expensive. So I was like, I can't go to US.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what
Did
happened with me.
Did you consult with anyone when you made these choices to move to Australia?
Mm, not to a professional person, but some of my friends, some of, like, online, like all of these kind of researches, but not like a professional person, that just like people go for their advice for the professional people who just go there and ask them, and most of the time they manipulate you. They're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be like, go to Australia because they are making money. If you send a student in Australia, they make a good amount of money, which, like, that's why they manipulate you. But I didn't. I didn't like Canada, to be very honest. It's a bit cold there and it's too far from India.
Mm.
So I wanted to go to Europe. I couldn't get in. So I came to Australia.
Yeah. So, what suggestions would you give to kids who are traveling to continue their education?
Stay strong. And you have to be, you have to work hard. And yeah, it's sometimes it's not just financially, it's emotionally as well. Like right now, I'm a supervisor, and like half of my team is students, Indian students, and yeah, I know their problems. They're always asking me for like more shift, more money, and all that kind of thing. But yeah, we all have to stay strong so that we can just continue our journey.
So, after your degree, why didn't you collaborate with your dad in his business?
Um, After completing my degree, I thought my dad's business not gonna be enough for me. Yeah, I thought it's not gonna be enough for me, and wasn't at that time. It wasn't my passion. I was like, I wanna be a. I completed my degree in automobile, so I just wanna do that. So most of that was my thing, like, but things changes, like, now I'm being like, I can go to a service industry, or like, that that kind of, like, yeah, I can go to because right now also I'm in a service industry, so I can go to a service industry. I can go to, like, helping people out and all that. But at that time I was like, no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. So, you moved to Australia because you saw more like opportunities there with education and jobs, right?
Yeah.
So, would you rather have a job in Australia or would you rather be able to run a business in India?
Mm. Doesn't matter a lot, to be very honest. It's like wherever you're happy, you just be there.
Yeah.
So mostly I'm happy in India, but um in Australia it's good as well. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
good people, it's good environment, it's like, it's work life balance is pretty good in Australia.
yeah, yeah.
And but in India also, if you have a business, proper business, then yes. Like I find a lot of my friends, they are living better life as compared to me, but I won't say everyone is.
Mm-hmm.
They are to India.
Mm,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so for me it's like 50-50. Both have their pros and cons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So, when you moved to Australia, you must have dealt with a lot of changes, like cultural and other sorts of changes. What were like the biggest challenges you dealt with when you moved to Australia?
First one I'll say it's getting a job. Second is public transport, but I didn't go for the public transport for a lot. So like I was in I was in Australia in February and I bought a car in April or May.
Mm-hmm.
So public transport, most of the people do, but I didn't have a lot of troubles with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Food,
Oh, food?
like yeah, food. Being a vegetarian, yes, it was food because if you go to an Indian restaurant, also you won't find the proper Indian food over
Oh,
there.
yeah. Yeah, that must have been a
Yes,
big challenge.
it's a big challenge. So
How did you
food,
deal with that, getting like food? Did you just have to get used to new food?
yeah, kind of.
Mm.
I didn't even know how to cook, so like
Yeah.
if someone is coming to Australia or going overseas or anywhere, they have to learn how to cook. And my mom did told me when I was leaving for Australia that like start cooking. I'll tell you some of the basic stuff and all that, and I didn't listen. And when I came here, I was like regretting about that. But
Mm-hmm.
of course, I called her and asked her how to cook and all that. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like food is a bit challenge. For a vegetarian, I think so, it's a lot, but not for a non-vegetarian. Non-vegetarian, they're gonna love it. You can have anything. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. But for a vegetarian, it's gonna be a bit hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see what you mean. So, let's move on to a different topic. Who are some of your role models in life?
My role model will be Ratan Tata. So do you know Ratan Tata?
No, I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. So Ratan Tata is one of the India's biggest businessmen. He died, I think so, last year, like 3-4 months before.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a big businessman, and I think so last century his family donated $100 billion, and they donate a lot of money. So that's what I like about him. He's very simple, he's very kind, he's very good with animals. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
admire him for. And I heard he owns like the one of the biggest um hotel in India,
Mm-hmm.
Taj, which is Taj Mumbai. And over there, the street dogs are like they are always welcome. They all like they are treated as a guest. So that's the
Yeah.
thing which I like about him.
Hey, before we continue the video, I want to talk about today's sponsor, me. I'm a small content creator and this is my first video on YouTube, so obviously I don't have any sponsors. But I would appreciate if you liked, subscribed, commented, or even just watched the video all the way through. Thank you, and let's get back into the video. How do you see yourself in the next 5 years, professionally and personally?
Okay. I think so. I would like to open my own business, and I would love to do something for animals.
Oh, interesting. So, what do you imagine your business would be like?
Uh, Something related to animals, to be very honest. Like if I'm making money, not too much, but I'm doing good for the animals, I will be really happy with that. So anything with the animals which it's gonna make me happy,
Mm-hmm.
like any welfare or anything.
Interesting.
That will be kind of my dream job or dream business or whatsoever. But
Nice.
yes, that's what I feel like doing it. But I don't know, like I just changed my job and might change it again. So
Well, this is 5 years, so you never know what could happen.
yeah, you never know what's gonna happen.
What about personally? Do you see any goals that you want to accomplish?
Yes, I wanna buy a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my personal financial goal
Oh
to buy
yeah.
a house.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, next thing is, do you have any questions you want to ask me?
Mhm. What's your goal for next 5 years?
Um, well, in 5 years, I want to get into a good college here in America.
Which one you're targeting?
Um, any of the top colleges here.
Okay. What will be your dream college?
I haven't decided.
Or you haven't decided yet?
It feels like there's a lot of options. It's not that easy to just pick one and say, "Yep, that one."
Yeah, that's true. It just take a little bit of time when you getting into that age, like 18 plus, then you go for 22, and after 28, these I think so these are the step up in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are 16 and 18, it's one step, I believe. After 18, you go to college. After 22, you decide what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's the maturity you get, like little by little, it's gonna go up and up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just life steps. Like after this age, you will have different experience. Like you will be working as a like an engineer, then a manager or supervisor or something. It just grows up. So there are some different, and for me, it's been totally different. Like I studied, to be very honest, in like south part of India. Then I went to Australia. I like my the culture difference in like in the north part and the south part of the India. It's totally different.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna feel like it's a different country.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And in Australia, it is a different country. So yes, it's for me. Yes, it got totally different. Like every 4 year, it's different for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened with me. But for
Mm-hmm.
you, I believe like you just enjoy your school time, just relax, study. If you get into your dream college, is good. If you don't, life is like that only. No one knows what's gonna happen. If you work hard after your college, also it will be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like for me also, I was like, if I get an admission in SRM, I will be totally fine. I didn't have like a very, very big hopes.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't that good in my studies as well. Like I wasn't good at all. So I was like an average, like 70s, 70%.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
got into SRM, I was totally fine with that. So for me it was good. But if I didn't get into the SRM also, I will be like, but all of my other friends who didn't went to good college and they worked hard after the college also, they got the best job. Like maybe better the one which my friends are doing right now from SRM. So it college doesn't matter. What matters is after the college how you step up in your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's some good advice. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Okay then. Good night.
You too. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching the first episode of Narrative Tales. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave any suggestions down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed and have a great, wonderful rest of your day.